Everybody ready?
Ready.
Ooh, that was a lot of pressure. Say hello to our viewers on Facebook Live. Everything is good. That was a quick setup. I'm proud of myself.
Hi.
All right. Now, I will not forget to let you do your thing like I did. I've done that 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Yep. And so whenever you're ready, do your thing, and then I'll do my thing. And we'll all do our thing.
Welcome to Straight Shooting Firearms Talk Show presented by MyGunDiary.com and Drake Fine Sporting Arms of El Paso. With your hosts, Felix Menor and J. Scott Drake. And now, here they are.
Yes, that's right. You were turned on, turned up to Straight Shooting Firearms Talk Show, episode number 21. We are now legal. Officially legal. Scott seems to be impressed that we're legal. Aren't you, Scott?
I made that comment last week.
Yeah. Oh, let me turn you up a little bit. Your microphone's a little bit far away.
It's a little further than normal.
Yeah, it's...
I'm trying not to block the TV.
Oh, you're fine. It's just I guess I'll turn you up a little bit more. All right. Let me tell you what's on the show tonight, because it is our Christmas special. We're not doing a typical show. It's Christmas special. You see, we're in the Christmas spirit.
Yep.
Our pronghorn has the... a reindeer hat on, and I went so far as to bring a red towel to decorate and get in the Christmas spirit. Wasn't that all? Is that too
went
much?
all out for Christmas decorations.
If
we told Pronghorn he was way too much in the holiday spirit.
We spore no expense.
if you're watching on Facebook Live and wondering why we didn't go live at exactly 7:30, it's because of this. I'll tell you why. Now, today, I went to go watch Star Wars, the new Star Wars. Steve also went to go watch the new Star Wars. And I had made a plan. Mm-hmm. Now, I learned something. I don't have kids, but I learned a valuable lesson about parenting today. What I learned about parenting today is that you cannot make plans as a parent. Yeah, you can't. Okay. You cannot make plans, because the plan was to pick up my girlfriend and her 2 kids, a wonderful 4- and 6-year-old, 2 girls, at 12 o'clock, go to lunch, and then catch the 1:30 showing at the Alamo Draft House. Right? Good plan.
That's only an hour and a half.
I
already see a problem with the plan.
To get through lunch.
Audience agrees.
Get to the movie.
That's
Well,
hour and a half.
I figured hour and a half was plenty of time to have lunch and get to the movie, but it was not. It was not. That plan went awry immediately, and then so we had to catch the 2:45 showing, which didn't let out until 5:39ish, and then they were going to come with me here, but no, that plan also changed, and I had to drop them off. And then,
because the kids have already sat in a 2-hour movie. I don't even have kids. Jeez, Felix.
The point of that is that because of my change in my schedule now, without kids, I make my plans and I keep my schedules. However, as I learned today, that was not the case. But anyhow, I did make it here. We did get set up pretty quick, and I think only 10 minutes late for those Facebook Live viewers. And on the other hand, the YouTube viewers will have no idea.
Right.
They'll be all the same for the YouTubers.
I bet the suspense was killing them.
Yep.
Hey, with that, let's introduce to my right the one and only Master Gunsmith. Well, not the one and only Master Gunsmith. There are a number of Master Gunsmiths out there in the world, but
there are a couple. It's a
he's
dying
taking
breed,
away
yeah.
from
your audio is going to be absolutely horrible.
Yeah, we need to move that.
Gotta move that closer to you.
Yeah, how's that?
I would turn that up a little bit too.
So?
A little bit, yeah.
All right, let's do that.
That was the one job you gave him during setup, by the way.
But your audio is fantastic.
Amazing.
By the way, Francesca. So to my right is Master Gunsmith, owner and proprietor of Drake Fine Sporting Arms, Mr. J. Scott Drake.
Hi.
Oh, that's much
Hey,
better.
there you are.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Can you hear me now?
And to his right is our overall general badass, Miss Francesca Ricciuti, who gets a round of applause. Scott doesn't get a round of applause because his microphone wasn't set up right.
You said he was a master gunsmith, not master microphone operator.
What do I look like, a key grip or whatever, whoever does that?
Yeah. Hey, and Francesca, of course, is going to take care of our sponsor, the one and only Cerakote Southwest. I'm playing this because it'll get to the Cerakote Southwest slides. Don't worry about what I'm doing back here.
Yeah, it's kind of like out of order.
Yeah.
But Straight Shooting Show is brought to you by Cerakote Southwest, the only certified Cerakote applicator in Southwest Texas. You can check out their custom Cerakote and laser engraving jobs online, www.cerakotesw.com, or on Instagram, which is where I like to check out all their awesome work, at Cerakote Southwest. And they just posted a custom laser engraving job. They've been doing more other laser engravings.
That is awesome. We want to wish our good friends over at Cerakote Southwest a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to Franco and his crew over there. And thanks for being our sponsor. And hopefully they'll stick with us through 2018 as the show grows.
I have a MySpace account, but I can't find them on there.
I don't think they have a MySpace page. Yeah. But we do have a show. We do have a show planned, a little bit hectic. Now, normally with my plans, I spend Sunday shooting a little bit and then prepping the show, getting all the video clips ready and everything, and
with
doing
a
that
super
sort of thing.
extensive script that I did not get today.
Yeah. Well, I had to actually work this weekend.
I saw you were doing ranges.
Yep, on Saturday and Sunday. And Sunday when I got home, my back was hurting a little bit. My sciatica, us old men with our sciatica. It was hurting a little bit, and I didn't have any pain medication because I stopped taking it, but I did have some muscle relaxers, some cyclobenzaprine that I've been prescribed. Now, I don't know if you've ever taken cyclobenzaprine, but it knocks you out.
That's Flexeril for everyone else.
It knocks me out. So I took one for my back, and I slept like 12 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't do...
You didn't sleep through nap time, did you?
I got double the nap time. Yeah, I slept through nap. I just slept. Yeah, and so I was not able to. But that's okay because I had until noon today, and but those plans changed. I was going to get home early and finish up. But yeah, But we do have a show.
This is all the fault of the Air Force because that's who's... You said you were training, and if they wouldn't have, and if it wasn't the Air Force, then your back wouldn't have hurt. Then you would have slept all day. Then you would have been able to make your plans on time.
On Saturday, we trained the Navy, and I'll tell you a quick story before we get into the show and what's on the show. We had a Navy unit on Saturday out at the range. They were shooting M9 pistols, which is the Beretta 92, and M4s, which is the AR-15. Some had one, some had the other. So we had 2 stacks of magazines. Some magazines for the Beretta pistol, the M9, and some magazines for the AR-15 or the M4. 2 distinctly different looking magazines, yes?
Well, they're just all bullets. So how are they? I have the feeling that's where this story is going.
A Navy seaman came up to get their magazines. This Navy seaman had an M9 pistol, not an M4 rifle. And I said, okay, go ahead and pick up a stack of magazines. And honest to goodness, with a straight face, they said, which ones?
Oh, okay.
They did not know.
I knew that's where that was
which
going.
ones.
They're all bullets. How are they supposed to know?
That's okay. That's not what they do. I want to say thank you to the Navy guys that might be watching this because
they do a lot of jobs that I would never want to do.
On your LHDs, which I guess they're Marine Corps, but they're Navy, whatever. But anyway. I want to say thanks for the chow because it was pretty good.
Okay, and Navy always has good chow.
Yeah, they have good chow.
True.
In their defense, they were doctors. It was a medical unit. Okay, so anesthesiologists and a medical unit. They didn't shoot very often, but surely they might know the difference between an M9 magazine and how can you not know?
Yeah, I would just where are you going to put that?
Yeah.
Where does it even look like that goes?
And then the second half of that story is another Navy seaman, a female, not that it matters, was on the firing line.
Is it not C person now?
I don't know, C person. Was on the firing line, raised their hand because their weapon wouldn't fire. Sergeant, my weapon won't engage. That's what they said. My weapon won't engage. And I swear to God, this is a true story. This is what I had to say to them. You have to put the magazine in the rifle. Yeah. You have to put the magazine in the rifle to get it to shoot. Now, a couple seconds, that seaman put the magazine in the M4, and a couple seconds later raised his hand again. Sergeant, my rifle won't engage. I said, you've got to pull the charging handle to load around into the weapon.
No.
So that's a true story. Hey, so that's why we're a little bit hectic, but we did get set up and going. So thanks for everyone's patience. For episode 21, Now, on episode 19, you said we were legal, but 21 is a legal age, isn't it?
To drink, yeah.
To drink, okay.
No, we were legal for other stuff, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Oh, I see.
We were responsible for our decisions.
Mm-hmm. That gets up and up. And for episode 21, we are going to have a little bit of Guns in the News. And Guns in the News, we've got 2 videos we're going to look at from Facebook. One is from BBC News. They're covering, I don't know why they're covering stuff in the States.
Yeah, well, they made it a political thing.
Yeah. It's about a minority gun clubs. This is not something I even knew existed. This woman is promoting the idea of having minority gun clubs. All right, so we're going to watch that video and talk about it. And then another one is, a couple of weeks ago I showed you guys a video where they talked about a mass shooting that was going to happen the next day at a school.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is all, conjecture, so to speak. This is another one. This is from Now This Politics Facebook page. Every single American needs to see this heart-wrenching argument for gun reform. So that's another video that we're going to watch tonight. And so that's Guns in the News. And then we do have a Gun of the Week. Our Gun of the Week is a Henry lever action. A Henry lever action. This is my Henry lever action that I purchased for myself as my Christmas gift to myself. I've always wanted a lever action rifle under the Christmas tree, so this was the year to do it. And I purchased it in 22 Magnum because you took me out and we shot one of those CZs in 22 Magnum, and it's just an awesome round. So the Henry lever action 22 is going to be our Gun of the Week.
Thank God it's not a Red Ryder.
And then, because I would have shot my eye out.
Yeah.
And then lastly, we're going to go through some clips of the show, stretching back to when the show first started, kind of reminisce, because this is also our year-end show, as we will be having a 2-week hiatus for the holidays.
What am I going to do?
I don't know. We'll come in. We can still do something live for Facebook Live.
Can I still call you?
Yeah, all the time. He called me when I was at the movies.
Jeez.
So I've got a few clips already prepared, but then we'll pull up on YouTube. Some people don't know that we did a video for you have a YouTube channel.
I have a video.
Yeah, one video.
I have one video.
We're going to show it tonight.
Yeah.
And then Francesca, if you've got something just off the top of your head that you want to show, I was just going to show your audition video again that we watched at my house on Thanksgiving. So
sure.
yeah, I thought we'd show that.
If you haven't seen my one video on my channel, it's pretty terrible, but I was trying.
Yeah. We'll pull it up. People can see. It's a short video. It's not terrible. It's actually pretty good for what it is. So we'll see if we can get people turned on to it, and
we'll do more of those. We
show
need
some
to.
views. Yeah,
I need to.
Hey, if everybody loves it, they have to have more to watch, Scott. So you're kind of committing him here, Felix.
Yeah, but it's the technologying and the doing the stuff.
With that, we do want to remind everybody to check out our website, straightshootingshow.com. I will put up new biographies for you guys tomorrow. Yep, so check that out tomorrow at Straight Shooting Show.
I'd like to point out that I just updated my website on my own.
Did you?
DFSA.us is updated now, and I had the wrong zip code on there, so I changed 79912 to 79902.
Excellent.
So our website is fully updated.
Excellent edit. That's a big time.
I know.
Big time web design.
I had to log in and everything.
You have it on one of those like a drag and drop type of deal, right? Where you just edit on the fly. You don't have to do any hand programming.
No, it's not HTML like I used to do in Notepad, which I used to know how to do.
Nobody does HTML anymore anyways. And so check out the website. Check out dfsa.us. Check out Francesca's photography at Francesca Elaine Photography. And our sponsor, of course, at Cerakote Southwest and www.cerakotesw.com. And with that, it's time to get into the news.
This week in Firearms news and current events.
It's too late. I'll fix it in the edits. I put it on mute for the other thing. Yeah. Anyways, people will see it. They don't care. It's Christmas, everybody. I had to deal with 2 young children today. It's weird. So
he's like frazzled.
Yeah, it is. It's weird, man. It's totally weird. So let's take a look at this BBC story about minority gun clubs. All right. Kristen noticed something about that. Yeah. Let's get a little zoom in here.
So this is my AR-15. It doesn't have anything on here, any of the toys that most people put on their ARs, but it gets the job done. I own a Glock 43, a subcompact 9mm, a Canic, which is another 9mm. African Americans have issues that other demographics cannot identify with, especially when it comes to firearms. Also, being an African American woman, there are also issues that I identify with that other demographics cannot identify with. The media portrays African Americans a lot of times in a negative way, so it's important that they see my face and others to show that we're training and we're responsible gun owners. I'm going over gun safety every day. And that's why I'm here at the gun range, to make sure that if I have to defend myself, I will hit my target.
It's more. A lot to take in there. Now, I commend her because she does seem to be a responsible gun owner. She is applying herself to learn, maybe the safety stuff, how to handle her firearms. And like every other American, she's entitled to be a gun owner. But the question here is there a necessity for minority gun clubs? Why
don't they just call it gun clubs?
A gun club, right? Do they exclude whites from their club? Because that's what it sounds like, right?
Not really. I mean, I understand. You want a camaraderie thing or whatever, but I mean, you don't go to a Hispanic shooting club.
No, and there's no need to.
It's just called a gun club.
The thing that I think is weird, though, is that all the statistics that were on the video, and I know it was a little probably hard to read some of the words on there for the viewers, but the statistics basically were like U.S. statistics, just put into an African American shooting club video, as if these statistics would have been different if there was an African American shooting club in the past.
I mean, who knows which way the producer of that segment wanted it to appear. To me, it seemed fairly unbiased, even with those statistics.
Yeah.
It seemed fairly unbiased, and it does raise the question, and it did say in the video, is there a need for this?
Yeah.
But
and I remember a while back, sorry,
you're good.
I don't mean to cut you off, but there was a video, NRA came out with it was like the Black NRA or something like that, and either Colin Noir or Alfonso from Zoe Nation. If you've ever watched his videos, I like Zoe. Go and check out his videos. Zoe's pretty cool. But anyway, they were talking about, why do we need a Black NRA? We've got the NRA. Just join the NRA.
It's always been my feeling, as a non-racist, it's been my feeling that everything should be inclusive. I understand that, I'm of Hispanic descent, but what makes us American isn't our race. No. It's that we all agree to this thing called the Constitution and freedoms and liberties. Right. And so I don't believe there's a need for minority gun clubs.
No, and from a drawing attention standpoint, getting people interested, that's good. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's fine.
Right. Gun clubs. Let's now we can advertise and promote our gun club and our classes in African American communities.
And if it's that the African Americans feel like they need to have their own club because maybe there is some kind of pressure from going to a normal gun club, because shooting sports are predominantly an older white guy thing.
I guess historically, but around here, and even when I lived in Washington,
right.
you have plenty of African American customers. When I go to the Fort Bliss Rod and Gun Club, there are African Americans shooting there, there's Hispanic shooting there, there's Asian shooting there. It's all inclusive. Right. I think that by having, in my opinion,
there may be a stigma attached.
There could be, but I would also argue that so kind of what I was saying about the statistics, and I think that those statistics are U.S. statistics. How are they going to be changed or fixed with an African American club? Like, it should just be a gun club, like what you're saying. So I don't think that if there's a stigma, like, okay, I guess I understand that, but that doesn't seem why this video
to me, part of the answer to this divisiveness in the country is to not have separation by race for any type of club and that sort of thing. especially in the instance of, say, gun clubs, right? If we want to create more unity, less violence, more understanding.
Do you think it should be minority gun club, maybe, instead of identifying just one?
It's the same thing, different words.
Same thing.
But
minorities can talk about a lot of different
that's true.
things.
I can understand where they're coming from, though. And I've had my own customers. I had a young black guy come in one day, and we were doing some work on a shotgun. And I said, well, how are you getting along with he joined a shotgun shooting club. Yeah. And I said, how are you getting along with your club? And he's like, oh, man. He was like, I was kind of scared at first, but everybody's been really nice and supportive and like helped me out. And my thought process was like, why would that surprise you?
Right.
But maybe it does.
Yeah.
Well, it shouldn't be a surprise. It should just be how people are.
Yeah. A lot to take in. I'm sure our viewers in the chat room will have some opinions there. And this, I applaud, like I said, I applaud this woman for taking the initiative and learning about firearms. I think everybody should to learn to handle one safely and own one and that sort of thing. We all have the right to.
I just hope that doesn't exclude anyone.
Yeah, that's
that
what
does
I'm saying.
Want to learn. Yeah. So
that's pretty much what I'm saying.
So before I had a joke for the video. Okay. Anyway, something dual wielding 38s. So you can think about that later. But
I gave you a laugh. I didn't get it. Did you get it?
No.
Well, the moment has passed anyway.
Okay. But at least you got it out.
Yeah.
All right. Let's watch this other video from Now This Politics.
I didn't hear you.
Every single American needs to see this heart-wrenching argument for gun reform.
Do we?
I like how they didn't use the word control.
Dear future gunshot victim, I want to apologize for your violent death. Not only will the bullets that will rip into your body end your life, but the lives of those who love you will be devastated. Your family, friends, neighbors, first responders, none will be the same. I don't know the exact circumstances of how you will be shot. Maybe you will be in your elementary school, at a restaurant, in your work cubicle, or on your front porch, at a store, or in your car. You may be killed with many others. Maybe you will be alone. You may be shot by a stranger, a spouse, or a coworker, but your death is certain. I regret to add that no matter how tender your age, the number of people killed and injured with you, the horrific nature of your killing, there will be no good time in Congress to talk about your death. Let's face it, if Congress wouldn't act after 20 first graders were executed in their classroom, they will certainly not start with you. Instead, they will offer their thoughts and prayers, but Congress will do nothing to change this bloody course. I do not know if your death was preventable, but I do know the majority in Congress did not bother to try. The gun lobby's thirst for money and profits wins every time, and you will lose everything. You have seen this grisly ritual many times, but there is something you will not see. Your death and the deaths of thousands of others will ignite action. While politicians file into their respective chambers to feign concern with yet another moment of silence, crowds will thunder outside the Capitol. These are your fellow Americans who have vowed to truly honor you. They are joined by the
I can't decide if I should get shot so that people will come together, or
reduce gun violence, even as Congress stands in the way. As moments of silence have festered into decades of inaction, one thing has become clear. Congress will not change, so we must change Congress. We will elect leaders who agree that we can both reduce gun violence and respect the rights of responsible gun owners. Change will come. We will remain steadfast and pour our collective grief into ensuring it. I am just so sorry that change won't come in time for you.
Okay.
So confused. Okay, I want to ask my mom. Okay, Mom, if that lady is talking to me, how does that make you feel? I'm curious because I don't have kids. I can't say, I relate, but I want to know like what someone would think about that. Okay.
I feel like, wow, that was like womp womp.
Well, I couldn't decide if at first she was saying you're just going to get shot, like good luck, or if she was saying if you could get shot, that'd be great because people will come together and change Congress because of you.
I have no idea what that was about. I haven't had a drink in a long time, but I kind of want one right now.
I will not. I don't encourage anyone to vote for her. I hope she did say two things.
Well, hey, that guy needs a haircut, bad.
Yeah,
but
That was low. That was a low.
We can only hope that her cue in the getting shot line is very soon.
Very close to the front.
Because everyone's getting shot.
Talk about fear-mongering, you know what I mean?
Seriously.
Yeah. I'm pulling with Drake Fine Sporting Arms for the later segment.
I do feel like she's kind of just playing on the influence, like the fact that she can influence fear in people, and like these people that may not be as strong-willed in their beliefs, they're now thinking, oh my God, I'm going to get shot.
So like 99% of the people in our country.
Yeah. So now they're going, oh my gosh, she says I'm going to get shot because she can see the future.
Some people might buy that, because some people do believe in telephone psychics. They're probably the same people that voted for her, and right? I mean, that's just nuts. That's just absolutely nuts to try to get people, sway people.
She makes you and she's like, your death is inevitable. Like,
well, yeah.
Are you the only immortal one in this room, lady? Because I'm pretty confident.
Yeah. No, I mean, death is inevitable.
Yeah.
I mean, that was true. She did. I mean, we're all going to die. However, I'm of the belief that you're not going to legislate away violent crime, and those of us who are responsible adults deserve the right to defend ourselves with a firearm, which, as we said before, is the only tool, because that's what it is. It's a tool other than something to go out and target shoot like we do. It's the only tool that evens the playing field between good guys of any size, shape, gender, whatever, and bad guys.
I don't like knife fighting either. You get cut.
Yeah, let's do away with knives. Right? There was a guy in China killed 38 people, stabbed them to death.
I'd just rather shoot someone. You know, I mean, if I had to.
As far as defending yourself.
I mean, you could get into a Krav fight, I don't know, a Bourne movie or something, but that sucks too.
Yeah. Now, no surprise. I'm pretty sure I looked in the comments for that video have been disabled. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's going to jump on it.
Because if nobody knew who she was before, they know now.
Who was that? What is she?
I don't know.
What's her representative? Who does she represent?
I'll find out and get back to you. Maybe.
I don't care that much. Don't even do it.
I'll post it in the comments later.
If you Google her name, she gets more hits.
Obviously, she's desperate for attention and votes, and that's just the way that she decided to do it. Yeah, so a lot of food for thought and probably spark a lot of comments tonight. But with that, let's keep things moving along with our gun of the week. Yeah. Hey, our gun of the week is a very cool Henry lever action. Does anybody in the room own a lever action, Henry lever action, or a lever action?
We own a lever action.
You do?
But not.
What lever action do you own?
Josh, and I'm not sure what I don't remember. Oh. It's not mine.
Well,
but yes, it is fun.
It's always been on my list, and I had my heart set on a 22 long rifle just because the ammo's cheap, and this is something to go out and plink with. But like I said, Scott took me out to shoot this 22 Magnum round, which I'd never shot before, and it's awesome. The 22 Magnum round.
I know you were saying you had never heard of a CZ before you shot it.
Not the CZ 455 and 22 Magnum. It was so accurate, and the round is it's a nice little round. It's actually got a practical use.
Yes.
You can use it for bunny blasting.
You
can use it for coyotes. Yeah, but if we go, which I want to go over this next couple of weeks because I have a bunch of time off.
I'll be out of town. That's why I'm
Am I going to have to take Felix to shoot bunnies because I don't want to?
Yeah.
Well, I'll just wait, I guess. I don't know what else we can go shoot with it. But it's an awesome firearm. And when I picture my ideal Christmas, I pictured a Henry lever action under the rifle. I don't care for their slogan. Their slogan is made in America or not made at all. I don't see how that's
There's lots of cool things. That's a little pompous.
You know what I mean?
Lots of cool things that weren't made in America.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, made in America or not made at all. Great.
Made in your factory or wasn't made.
I don't know. It just doesn't sway me. It's not very good. Not very good tagline. I mean, for me, it's a good marketing would be Henry lever action. It's what you want under your Christmas tree.
There you go.
Boom.
Yeah. You won't shoot your eye out.
It holds 11 rounds of 22 Magnum. It's a nice, smooth action. If you guys want to try that action, we can pass that one around the room.
I can make it better. Oh, that's pretty good, actually.
That's pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
This is definitely something I think I would want to own.
Yeah, it's a lot
cool.
And they're less than $400, so they're really affordable. And even in 22 Magnum, I would say, if you have, 12 to 16-year-old children who you want to teach to shoot, that's a pretty good rifle to teach them to shoot with.
Or 37-year-old children. I think I'm that old. I don't know how old I am.
And I wonder if anybody watching our show, if they also have tried shooting with a Henry lever action.
I do not know.
Or a 22 Win Mag.
Yeah, there's not much to do to this. Is this rail up on top? Is this ready for an optics? Scott, what is it?
This is a 3/8 dovetail, and what you do is you just get the 22 caliber rings.
Okay.
And they mount directly onto this rail.
Yeah, it might need a scope on it because I took it out to target shoot and with just these iron sights at 40, 50 yards. I was using the 8-inch gong, so it was a little. I couldn't tell where it was. I was hitting some gongs. I've got a video of it I'll have to work on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll put that back.
Watch it. Hey. Careful.
Things come in threes, right? So we had this week, something got knocked over on the counter.
If you break that, I can fix it, though.
Yeah, you can fix anything. Something got knocked over on the counter.
That was my bad. I'm sorry.
And then I dropped something at home. I don't remember. And I was like, things come in threes. What's going to be the next thing? And that almost was it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So it didn't actually happen. So you still have to wait.
Yeah. All right. Hey, with that, let's move on to our year-end segment, our year-end look back.
John Hart says pan the camera. He wants to know who's in the room.
No, he said no. We've got AK Steve, and in the front row, in the VIP section, we have AK Steve, we have Scott's wife, Kristen, and our regular number one fan, Andreas Rodriguez, who also sharpens knives every Saturday here at the shop. So
actually, John, he sharpened one of your knives last Saturday.
And but that's the VIP section. I cannot pan to the rest of the audience because it's just the camera is not wide enough angle to get in the bleachers and everything like that.
Right. We've got a lot of people out there. Dennis Rodman's in the third row.
Dennis Rodman,
Yep.
He's back from North Korea and decided to stop by the show. So among others there. So sorry, we won't. And they have not signed releases. That's the other thing.
I shouldn't even have said his name.
With that, let's take a look at this quick series of videos that I grabbed from our old shows. And just some highlights. A lot of.
Oh, he also said that who does your hair? Your hair looks great.
It does.
Sorry, I almost missed that one.
Your hair does.
He said
look
it
fabulous.
a few minutes ago.
I was actually going to apologize last week for my haircut because it's so bad.
Apparently, you more than made up for it this week because people noticed.
The last clip that I have here, the last clip that you're going to see is from the show that we did where we actually traded places.
Okay.
Remember? And Scott was the host of the show, and I took Scott's place.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
All right, let's take a quick look. Welcome to the premiere episode of Straight Shooting, a Firearms talk show. I am one of the two-person team, the co-hosts of Straight Shooting. I'm Felix Bennett. Alongside me is...
I'm Scott Drake.
Scott Drake, owner, proprietor, and master gunsmith here at Drake Fine Sporting Arts of El Paso, and I'm really excited about doing the show.
The audience is huge.
Look at that beard.
I like your beard.
It's a sellout crowd.
I like the beard.
Rolling. Welcome to another great episode of Straight Shooting Firearms Talk Show. I am your host, Felix Bennett. Alongside me, my esteemed colleague, master gunsmith, owner and proprietor of Drake Fine Sporting Arms, Mr. J. Scott Drake.
Hi.
You get your own round of applause.
I do?
Too. Yes.
I'm so special.
Sometimes he does get a round of applause.
Occasionally.
Welcome to another great episode. This is the show where I wore the what's now the Francesca cam. Before the Francesca cam became the Francesca cam.
Why did you wear it?
Just to give the people a different view, a first-person point of view of how we do the show. Yeah, yeah, that was kind of fun. I love that applause track because it just makes it sound like we got hundreds of people in here.
We do, as far as they know.
As far as they know, although this camera will give away that there are, just a few. That's pretty much what it looks like. Still, important people here.
Well, you're not looking over there. Oh, now you did.
All right, welcome
like
to Straight Shooting
bobblehead.
Firearms Talk Show. I am your host, Felix Bennett. Alongside me, the man with the Hollywood looks, the $1 million smile, the Clint Eastwood stare down, owner and proprietor of Drake Fine Sporting Arms, master gunsmith, Mr. J. Scott Drake.
I just blushed a little bit. I don't know if you saw that.
For sure. I always try to come up with funny introductions for you as well. I need to start working on more. Some of those I've actually spent time writing. Like at home when I'm scripting the shot list for the show, that's when I come up with them, and I actually have to write them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because some of them are quite long. I think like this next one, the one where I talk about that you're. Well, let's hear it. You'll hear it. Happy Labor Day, everybody!
Happy Labor Day.
Welcome to episode 7 of Straight Shooting Firearms Talk Show. I am your host, Felix Mena. Alongside me, the man with the best hair in West Texas. See? Through meditation, he learned that his spirit animal is a Jack-in-the-Box taco. Yep.
They're so delicious.
His dream is to crush your dreams. His contribution to the world is to eliminate your contributions. He is Master Gunsmith, owner and proprietor of Drake Fine Sporting Arms, Mr. J. Scott.
Okay, I want one of those.
And that's fairly accurate. And the little applause.
Hey, welcome to Straight Shooting
here's the one
Firearms
where
Talk
we
Show.
traded.
This is our 8th episode that we've done, and as you can tell, something is askew.
It's a little different.
A little bit different, as you can tell by my giant headphones that I'm wearing. So I'm gonna be the host this week. Felix is gonna be my cohort.
I do have to say that I feel a little naked over here.
Okay.
I have nothing in front of me except firearms. Usually I got all
Welcome to my world. That's how I feel all the time.
Yeah, well-
Naked. So I'm Scott Drake, and with me, as always, as my co-host this week is Felix Mena.
I'm looking the part, aren't I?
And you are looking the part.
No, you don't
Okay.
have the things on your
So-
shoulders. You don't look the part.
Straight Shooting is brought to you by our friends over at Cerakote Southwest, the only certified Cerakote.
I know you suck at that. Good thing you got
Cool
me.
headset.
Yeah. I want to be unencumbered with my microphone.
Yeah, I think it'll be much better. It was an excellent suggestion. And then,
I could do the show myself next week if you think.
yeah, it's possible. Yeah, but
It would be like, you remember that scene from Wayne's World with Garth on camera by himself? Like,
oh, that's good.
do you guys remember that scene from Scanners?
I'll have to put a clip of that. Hey, thanks for watching. Be sure to visit straightshootingshow.com. Yeah, so those are a few of the highlights from when we opened the show and the different introductions, things like that. It's been a long journey so far, really. I mean, we've been at it now, however long it takes to do 21 episodes.
Oh, and I want to show my when I got hired.
Yes, we're going to show that.
Yeah.
We're going to do him first, and we're saving the best for last. So when we first talked about doing a show, you had mentioned that we didn't mention a show like this at all. You mentioned that you wanted me to come shoot some videos for you,
Right,
of different stuff, and
Yeah.
and we did. I agreed. I said I'll do that for you, and I did not agree to do more because they're actually. I thought they would be more time consuming than the show, but the reverse is true. So we can do more. But here is the the video that we did. I guess your idea was to do something sort of in the spirit of that super nice guy from Midway USA.
Well, I like to be helpful and stuff, and there just wasn't a good video on this kind of thing. So.
I think it's an excellent video. Most people, right now it's sitting at 97 views. Let's push it to 98.
Yeah.
Let's
So let's show Scott's video.
show it 3 times. Get him to 100.
This is his one video on his channel. And you can just search basic firearms care and cleaning tips, oiling, and you will find the video. Let's see, hopefully YouTube
It's
will.
almost as exciting as my Zen smithing video.
Almost. I think the Zen smithing video isn't that bad. Come on, YouTube. This will be an edit in the YouTube show.
Yeah. So right now,
Oh, here we go.
I like that.
Proper care and maintenance of your fine sporting arms can mean the difference between a lifetime of enjoyment and untimely cost and repair. I'm J. Scott Drake of Drake Fine Sporting Arms. Today we're going to discuss some common mistakes that can happen to you
That's so
when
great.
maintaining
It's
your
so
firearms.
Mr. Rogers.
Over-oiling is one of the most common mistakes people can make with their firearms. As you can see here, the wood has become soaked with oil and is now soft,
phrasing.
leading to cracks and broken chips out of the wood stock. Solvents, as well as oils, can also cause problems as they run down through the action. They can inundate the wood, causing dark streaks and outlining any cracks that may be in the stocks. Notice the difference on this new stock. There's no oil around the edges and no discoloration. For proper cleaning on any wood stock firearm, the firearm should be completely disassembled, stock removed, parts individually cleaned. You should use no more than a light coat of oil, wiping off any excess, and then reassembling the gun after everything has been wiped down. This will preclude any oil from getting into the stock and any oil running down through the action. If you're not comfortable disassembling your firearm yourself, take it to a professional who has the proper tools and knowledge to disassemble your firearm, clean it properly, and put it back together. Proper disassembly on a firearm such as this requires specialized tools such as hollow ground screwdriver tips, like this one for Brownells. If you don't use the proper screwdriver tips, you run the risk of stripping the screw heads, not only making them ugly, but also making them harder to get out next time. Solvent is for breaking down carbon deposits and barrel material. On this Browning Satori, you can see
I was about to say,
the
this is pretty zen.
and the hammer springs. The rest of the
It's a good fall asleep video. Like, you don't want it to be something you have to pay attention to, but it's nice and calm. I don't need to know what's going on.
I would like to actually do more of these with the same music and everything.
Yeah.
And actually do serious videos like this, man. Because they're super helpful.
It is really good content. It's very Mr. Rogers.
Hopefully we've
to me.
outlined some things that you can watch for in the care and
I wouldn't
maintenance
be
of
able
your
to watch it.
firearms.
I don't know if
Once
you know
again,
this, but
I'm
I'm
Jay
the
Scott
Bob
Drake
Ross
with
of
Drake Fine
gunsmithing.
Sporting Arms. Thanks for stopping by.
I thought you would look better in a cardigan. That's why I said Mr. Rogers.
We don't make mistakes. We just have happy surprises.
I think it's a good video.
It is a really good video.
Yeah,
it's good information.
I'm surprised it doesn't have more than 98 views now, because if I used to search that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I want to know, gun cleaning, how to clean a gun. Especially, there's got to be so many new shooters all the time searching that stuff.
And one way that you get all the people we show on here, all those idiots, is they didn't have a good instructional video. So they probably need to just go onto YouTube a little bit more and look at these types of videos.
Speaking of certain types of videos, let's go now to Francesca's casting video from our casting call.
I don't know if any of the other girls that auditioned watched the show. Probably not.
Well,
but
the best story to come out of that particular day was when you guys were all waiting. You and the other models were waiting to come on to do their audition, and you were practicing your lines, and one of them couldn't pronounce the word Cerakote.
So that's what I was saying. I don't know if any of them were watching. Sorry, I don't really know you that well, but I was just trying to be nice. They were saying Cerakote instead of Cerakote, and I just tried to let them know, because Felix did not say it was going to be live on Facebook when any of us showed up on the casting call. It literally just said you're going to do something in front of a camera, but not that it was going to be a live camera. So I was like, oh no, that's going to be like even worse. They're going to look really dumb. So I should tell them how to say it. And
you were trying to be nice.
I was trying to be nice, and I just got snotty looks, and I was like, man, because this was my first casting call I've ever been to.
Really?
So I was like, this is obviously not how the casting calls are supposed to work, because apparently you're not supposed to help people like that.
Well, all casting calls are different. All casting calls are different. And here, yes, we were going to definitely put you on camera. And I think I did tell everybody you're going to be on camera.
So you're going to be on camera, but it wasn't like Facebook Live camera. So I didn't know like if people were watching or whatever. But I was like, okay, whatever. But I just didn't want, because I didn't want like the perfect ammo for an internet troll to be like, haha, they said Cerakote, and I'm not trying to be
But
nice.
it's very telling that they gave you a snotty looks after you trying to help them pronounce it right. So I wish you hadn't. We should have had the other ones on first and let them say sponsored by Cerakote Southwest. But let's take it. Let's watch your.
I don't know. I don't think that you guys would have been mean to them like right then though.
I don't know. You don't know. We're pretty mean. Let's watch your audition video. So we'll get to that next week, and then also we're going to talk about the Mosin Nagant, the dragon Mosin Nagant, which we'll mention at the end of the show.
Yeah, which was supposed to be on the show this week, but
we had to push it back because we got 5 lovely, beautiful potential spokesmodels waiting in the wings, and we're going to get right to it tonight because we got a lot of show to get to. We got to interview each
for everybody that was expecting the dragon on this episode, I apologize.
And for everyone that was expecting the dragon on the next one, it was not a dragon.
I had no idea that you're like, we're doing the dragon. We're doing the dragon this week. I'm like, no, you got to wait a week. So with that, let's bring on our first model. Why don't we do that? Let's welcome Francesca to the show with a big round of applause. Hello.
Real applause.
Hello, Francesca.
All right.
Yeah. Francesca, Scott and I are looking for a spokesmodel for the show. Now, as I was speaking to Francesca before the show, she mentioned that she has actually watched our show.
Really?
Yes. Already that's impressive, don't you think?
I think so, but who made you do that?
Josh, probably.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, it
you
was
are
Josh.
going to need the microphone.
Yeah, we need
For sure.
There you go. All right, give me a
Yeah.
test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay, Francesca, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am a recently retired captain from the military. I'm now a teacher. I
Okay.
teach pharmacy tech classes.
How do you feel? He's a former warrant officer.
Well, I'm a little biased. I'm engaged to a warrant officer, so
Okay.
I'll give you a break.
Right on.
Gotcha. And I'm still an active duty NCO.
I will give you a break.
Could we all work? This was the show, I think the first show we had our headsets, our wireless headsets. You can hear us breathing. Yeah, as you see, we've eliminated the wireless headsets. It didn't work out, but it's just something I'm hearing right now, so I wanted to mention it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was.
I noticed it in the clip where he was saying he wanted a wireless, and you were like, "That's a great idea." And then I was like, already phased him out.
It was not that. We tried together.
We probably could.
Given that we have an officer, a warrant officer, and a non-commissioned officer.
Yeah, basically we got a rank structure here, so we can get some.
We
stuff
still haven't
done.
gotten a private PFC.
Yeah. So
around here.
what he's saying is we don't need to do anything. He'll do all the work.
Right, exactly. So we'll just kind of throw things out there, and then Felix will do it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just come up with good ideas.
I'll walk around with a coffee mug.
You know what's
Yelling
missing.
at people.
What's
Right.
missing? What's missing then is an enlisted soldier or a former
You
enlisted.
need a private is what you need.
Yeah, at the
There
bottom
we
of the
go.
barrel.
Yeah, we still never got
All right,
We
so
never got
what
one.
we're going to do is Scott and I are each going to ask you a question. He's got one in mind that he's going to ask you. I've got one in mind I'm going to ask you. And then
Not
you've
you.
got a script.
Because then we could have had them do all this.
Scott, why don't you go ahead and fire off your question. Steve, what was your rank when you got out? E6.
No,
What's your date of rank?
Will, and it's going to be the same question for everyone. But what do you think? And I know you're the first one, but what do you think you could contribute to the show?
Ooh, let's see if I was right.
I think that I could contribute a different perspective to the show. Obviously, I know I just said coming from military, so we do have that in common.
Right.
However, I feel that the brand of this show does represent patriotism and the protection of our First and Second Amendments. But we all have our own reason for believing that. That's why we're Americans. I feel that I can contribute an educated input and a different perspective for the show because you guys need a girl.
That's true. That's absolutely true. You know, Scott is a very handsome man, and I'm no slouch, but it was
I'm no slouch.
Feminine beauty.
So after that, then we just had her read the Cerakote Southwest, promo spot, and the other gals, they were clearly not as good as she was, but I think the fact that we're all former military that gives us a good common ground to start with, and she's been a great addition to the show. We're happy to have her, and I'm sure all of our Facebook Live commenters are happy to have her as well, because she's the one that answers all of your comments when we're on the Facebook Live.
If you guys actually ask questions, that'd be great.
I know, right?
They do. They comment. And
They're commenting and talking about stuff right now.
Yeah.
Your video was very calming. You have become the Mr. Rogers / Bob Ross of Zen gunsmithing videos. That was long.
I think I'm the only one, so it's not really hard.
That means you're number one.
I am. Yeah.
So.
I don't have to be the next Bob Ross. I just have to be the first Scott Drake.
It's been a great run. If you go to straightshootingshow.com, you click through to the YouTube channel, you'll see we've done quite a few videos.
Yeah,
we got quite a number of them up there. Some of my favorites, we're not going to play them all on the show because we're out of time, but some of my favorites are the Great Turkey Shoot.
The turkey shoot. I cannot believe the turkey shoot didn't get more hits, man.
It's starting to. Look at that, 92 views.
That's weak.
The other ones that I really hope take off are Life Aquatic parody. I think that was
probably not going to happen.
Off the charts funny.
It's because the best line is the very last couple seconds. Never seen so many guns in all my life.
Not only that, I think if we would have put that video out maybe closer to when the Life Aquatic came out, people.
You mean like 20-something years ago?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then I think the best thing that we've ever done is the Scarface parody.
The Scarface parody. Scarface was pretty good.
Yeah, you owe it to yourself on to go to our channel and watch the Scarface parody. And so
we do other stuff too. There's gun reviews and
there's a lot of other stuff. Yeah. But we will end the show with a question. Somebody just asked a question about our views on open carry, and so let's end
that's my mom.
Oh, it is. Oh, hi, Mom. Yeah. Do we have anybody else?
We haven't done a video on open carry, so we don't have any views.
Well, they want.
Shush.
Let me get over here with that one. Yeah, you got a bump. So let's end the show and end our Christmas special by answering the question from
Francesca's mom about our views on open carry. So who wants to go first? Your mom, you go first.
Hi, Mommy. I think that open carry is something that is beneficial. I definitely don't think that it should be... it's hard to say. So there are places that you cannot open carry even if it is legal. I definitely agree with that. However, I do think that open carry also carries with it some sort of like some negative consequences. We have a lot of people that just see, or just listening to that lady saying you're going to get shot. Somebody just seeing a gun, it makes them have negative feelings and they might be kind of like worried about it. So I don't know if you're like drawing more attention to yourself than you need, but I definitely think that it's
triggered. Some people are going to get triggered.
I don't know. And so I'm kind of like...
What do you think, Scott? Open carry?
No, I'm going last. You go next.
Oh, okay. Well, I think that open carry, it should be legal if you want to, but you shouldn't open carry, and there's no reason to, if you have a concealed carry permit. If you have a legitimate reason to open carry, then you should take the next step and get a concealed carry permit if your state allows it. The only reason you should open carry is if your state doesn't allow concealed carry for some reason, whatever the case may be. If you're really in fear, let's say your house got broken into or somebody threatened you, things of that nature, go ahead and open carry because you have a legitimate threat. But just to be out on a daily basis open carrying, there's too many possible negative consequences, not the least of which is if you don't have it secured. I have read a couple stories where somebody came up and stole a firearm out of a holster because somebody was open carrying.
And some people don't have the right reasons for open carrying, and it's very flashy, and they just they want to appear to be threatening to other people, and it's just, why do you need to do that?
I open carry when we go shoot in New Mexico because I'm a resident of the state of New Mexico. I have my Texas concealed carry permit, but I haven't gotten it yet for New Mexico. However, New Mexico is an open carry state, so when I cross the state line, I just untuck my shirt and I'm open carry. Now I'm legal. See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're in your vehicle or in your home or other places, you can have it concealed. You don't need a permit for that. But when we're out shooting, I unconceal it because that's legal. All right, Scott.
Yeah, you guys basically covered everything. I mean, I'm going to say it in not such a nice way, and I know I've got people out there that'll disagree with me on this, but if you open carry a gun and you're not a law enforcement officer in uniform or something like that, you are the worst kind of gun carrier out there. You are, absolutely. I see you guys in the frickin' mall, in the grocery store, the gas station, with your stupid gun hanging off your hip and your frickin' pretend badge that says concealed carry permit holder on it. You are the first. If anything ever goes down, I'm going to look around and I'm going to go, that guy's got a gun on him. I'm going to shoot him first. Then I'm probably going to take it away.
Yeah.
So it makes it super easy. The whole point behind concealed carrying is that people don't know you've got one.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. You don't need. It's a tool. You don't have your Gerber hanging out where everybody can see it.
Yeah. I mean, different story, but
Yeah.
I mean, come on, just think it through. I mean, odds are, and most of you guys are, you're probably well trained on how to use your gun and all that stuff, but, your situational awareness might get off or whatever. I mean,
yeah,
it doesn't take anybody anything to come up and take your gun away from you if you're not really paying attention.
Right. Yeah. Hey, I think I kind of like this. I think I'm making a little video intro. We'll take a question to end the show every week. I think that's a good news segment to have.
I was talking to some people, and they wanted to do, they had suggested, I don't know, post it on Facebook, and then if you want me to get Scott's answers to whatever the questions are, and then post them back on them to during the week discuss type things.
That's why we made the Facebook group a group and not a page.
Yeah.
So that everybody can get involved throughout the week. So yes, all you on Facebook at our group, watching on Facebook Live, yes, get involved. Start posting questions. Start posting photos. Let's get this thing going.
Yeah.
So
because there have been some others that we can highlight them at the end of the show too if it was something that happened this past week.
Yeah. So you guys too, if you ask a question, you're going to get my honest answer.
Yeah, you are for sure.
There are things that grind my gears, and you're going to get the answers to them.
That's what we want.
If you ask a question, don't get pissy when I answer it.
Hey, we'll be back in 2 weeks with our next show. We're taking a break for the holidays. When we do come back, we're hoping to have that 1,000-yard shot with the Mosin Nagant. and much more. So we want to thank all of our viewers, thank our sponsor, Cerakote Southwest. Thank you, Scott, and your newly updated DFSA.us
Check out the new website.
DFSA.us.
It won't look any different, but I updated it.
Yeah.
It's just very subtle.
And with that, we're going to say goodbye, and thanks for another great show, episode 21 of Straight Shooting Firearms Talk Show.
We should call it episode 21, Finally Legal.
That was very soothing. I think we should start doing our shows like this.
Stay tuned for the next episode of Straight Shooting when we take another shot.